Let's hunt for vinyl. Right, it's Saturday the 9th of April. It is a beautiful morning. Let's see what we can find today.
It will be hard, isn't it? It's on the right.
The other side, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, what's up there?
I had.
Look at that last box, there's a Wall Regular 12.
In there?
Yeah, it should be. I think they're in that one. I think they're being around.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Nothing else.
I don't remember her saying. It's amazing how weren't it?
Yeah, like as opposed to that's an elephant.
I'm surprised he weren't on his phone.
I have seen many of those over the years.
Yeah, I have. And I haven't seen any recently. I think on eBay,
The rights, they really good surprising. Make people use them.
Got a lot.
Well, they might do just cut a line. No, 2 dinosaurs, small barrel.
It's just so it helps your knees.
Did I say dinosaur? I didn't buy dinosaur, I bought a cow.
No, it's meant to be knees.
Well, that's where my head is at. Anyway.
They're 50 pence each, the records.
Oh, thank you. Righto.
Нет, тут 3 кружечки, там были 6.
Oh really? Oh God, what's he coming back with? What's he coming back with? Right, worries me. Yeah, we saw two, but yeah, these are the ones we got left. How you done today? Travelling all again? Oh, we're ready for the Oh, nice. Yeah, as you do. As you do. Oh, it's large today, it's a lot. Yeah, it's like this last week. Oh, yeah. But no, all good. Well, we should be good. Yeah, a lot of it's gone. We left home last 7. We joined the crew, and I don't think what and I took a picture of oh God! But no, it's all right. It's going all right. Yes, yes. I know, dear, but the problem is I when I take it home and think, yes, I know. I know. Yes, I do. See you there. It's your back. We're hoping that's fine. So yeah, I messaged her. Was it yesterday? Before, and she's hoping she was able to get out without all the sun markers and able to shout out nearly down. Standing herself. Pretty rough. Yeah, I think recently. I think it's in good shape because everybody's quite rough. Yeah, because it was sad about it. So not saying I can't have my appointment. Yeah, so yeah, I got so far in the box, like I realised the same kind of panic of having to worry about it. And then when the started, I had 2 members of staff on the there's four off on the Tuesday, and I'm like, oh, right, that gets you'll make mistakes, you're human. Indeed. But anytime, always, yes, so you know I do. There's days I can help, and days that I always come up front. Yeah, you know, sometimes I can do it, some days I can't. But anyway, I'll let you go. You take care, lovely to see you. Have a good weekend. Take care, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, lovely.
That little lot there. That's all right.
Right, okie dokie.
Oh, season up.
Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8 pounds. Is that okay?
Yeah, good, yeah.
Lovely, thank you. I've got no bags or anything.
You got your change?
Sorry, I have got change. Yeah. Where am I?
So I got a bag, put it in that one.
Brilliant. There we go. That's yours. Whoops.
Oh.
They fly away, these horrible
I know,
things.
they do.
There we go. Thank you very
That's it.
much.
Thank you.
Because I've got like a
I'll pay them when I'll see you when I get back. Alright, bye.
Who is it? Can I get an elephant
Oh yeah, I see it.
50p records. 50p records.
Let's go on the road.
Whoa!
All the books are 50p.
Yeah. I should be I don't know where he's gone. Somebody's looking after him.
Okay.
Yeah, the mobile can, that's it.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
But I thought maybe more of him. You know, with the mask.
Aradi. Really? That's all it is. Right, stop.
Fiver. Yeah, not bad. One out.
It won't be. Wow, that was some fare. There must have been hundreds upon hundreds of records today. I've never seen it so packed full of records down here before. So yeah, what a day. Picked up a whole bag of vinyl, cheap records, you know, people selling them for like 25p, 50p, a pound. Brought loads, and yeah, wow, and I'll I'm going to go home now and go through them, and I'll show you what I've got in a bit. Bye for now. Yeah, wow, what a busy day. Yeah, so much vinyl there. It's unbelievable. I was talking to one of the sellers there, and he was saying that Saturday, you know, you get a lot more vinyl on a Saturday than you do a Sunday. And normally I end up going there on a Sunday, but I went there today and it was heaving. The weather was beautiful, and as soon as this weather's turned like it has, turned into spring, this market has just exploded, and today was no exception. Anyway, I went to about 4 different stalls I brought from, and I was there for a good hour or so. Yeah, the first store I went to just had CDs, and I snapped a few up. One of them being the Stone Roses album, debut. Great album that is. So yeah, I don't think I've got that. I picked up this Ultravox, the collection on CD. The Stranglers Greatest Hits, 1977 to 1990. And The Best of Blondie, which I hear this is actually a really good compilation of theirs. So yeah, glad to have that on CD. And he had a load of other classic rock stuff as well, which most of it I had. But it was like £1 a CD, so that's quite reasonable. The second store, I brought a ton of records from this guy, and I brought from him before. He's a nice guy actually. It's that part of the video where you saw the Jerry Rafferty album. This one, City to City. This isn't one I've got of his, so yeah, pleased to pick this up. Got a bit of a tear on the side there, but you know, it'll do. I mean, some of these were 25p, some are 50p, some are £1, some £2, so within that bracket. So, you know, cheap records really, and some of them are a bit rough. This seller, you know, sells like the bottom end of records really. So, you know, some of them need a bit of a clean, and that, you know, some might have scratches. But it's okay. I mean, so long as it plays through, you know, they normally come up quite well after you give them a clean. But I'm glad to have that one. One over here I hadn't got. This is a compilation, the greatest hits of the 80s. I think this is a 3LP, yeah, 3LP record set. Packed full of songs. Great stuff. This Joe Jackson, Jumping Jive. Includes the song Jumping Jive and Jack, You're Dead. So yeah, glad to have that of his. I don't think I've got any Joe Jackson on LP, but that's my first, that one. This Billy J Kramer, the best of Billy J Kramer. It's one I've seen years ago, and hadn't got around to buying it. I've never come across it actually in the wild till now. It's got a bit of a tear there, but you know, doesn't matter. I'm not too fussed about it. I mean, for what I paid for it, you know, it's cheap as chips. So yeah, I like a bit of Billy J Kramer. This nice copy of Huey Lewis and the News, Sports, plays really nicely actually. So yeah, glad to have that. Another one of his I now have. This was a nice find, this Bob Dylan, bringing it all back home. Imagine this is not, well, it's not cheap, but I wouldn't say it's too expensive either. I don't know what you would pay for this normally, but you wouldn't have paid what I paid for it anywhere else. So yeah, lucky to find this. It was a bit dirty. It was a bit sort of, I think it was mould or some dirt on the record. I had to give it a good clean. Plays really well now. So yeah, put it in this plastic sleeve. Sort of try and preserve it a bit. This one as well, the best of UB40. It's got a few marks and scratches on the records, but it plays through fine. It was another one I had to give a clean. It's a bit rough, spine is a bit rough, but you know, cheap records, good cheap records. Not quite sure how I got this. I forgot all about this one, or I picked it up accidentally, you know, when I picked up another record. But it is actually quite good. It's 24 karat purple. Yeah, deep purple. I think it's a live album. So yeah, why not? Deep purple. This Culture Club, Kissing to Be Clever. I've seen and passed on a lot of these Culture Club albums, but I thought I'd go for this one this time round. So yeah, sort of bolster up my 80s collection. This was a nice find. It's a bit sort of rough. Well, it's not so much like the actual shape of actually the spine's actually quite rough. See along there, it's quite rough along there. It's sort of weathered, you know. It's kind of got sort of faded or something. Anyway, it's the Dream Police. Good album though. Popular album. Quite pricey to buy, and yeah, I got this for a steal. So yeah, glad to have this. Like I said, spine is a bit rough, but you know, it'll do for now till an upgrade copy comes. It's a good album to have. This Rod Stewart and the Faces. Went to play this and noticed that the record had a crack in it. After I gave it a clean. No, I don't think I actually did give this one a clean. It was all right in terms of dirt. But you see that there? I don't know if you can see that. It's got a crack there. Yeah, you see it. Yeah. So I don't know if it can be. I mean, it could be glued, but it could be problematic even if I glue it. So that's a shame. It's the only Faces one I've got on LP. But that's what happens at the markets. You know, you are getting like the low end of everything. You know, some stalls, not all, some of them. This one of Sybil I hadn't got. Let Yourself Go. One of hers I hadn't got. I liked Sybil. Always liked her music. So yeah, picked up this John Paul Young. It's still in its shrink. I mean, the shrink has been torn, but the rest of the album's in its shrink. Love Is in the Air, one of his hits, and Lost in Your Love. So yeah, nice condition album, that one. This Beat, more Mersey Mania. I have the first volume. This is the second volume by Billy Pepper and the Pepper Pots. This was like a cover which was done in the 60s, you know, to be like the Beatles. You know, they used to sell these things. And yeah, I picked this one up. It's got the Beatles songs on there, like She Loves You on there, and Please Please Me, plus others as well, like not necessarily Beatles but other songs. So yeah, got that. Well, I've been sort of seeing around for a while. I finally pulled the trigger on it. This Jimmy Witherspoon, like a bit of Jimmy Witherspoon, and this is a nice LP. This one. So yeah, pick this one up, and yeah. More UB40, Labour of Love, nice album to get. Very rough, must confess, it's a bit rough. The record's not too bad. There is a lot of like very light scratches on there, but you know, maybe after a clean it'll improve a bit. But yeah, it's not a good sign when you open them up and you don't see an inner sleeve. You just see the cardboard. I hate that. You know, you think that record's been, you know, rocking around in there against that cardboard. It's not good. Not good at all. This was a nice find. The Roaring Silence by Manfred Mann's Earth Band, the band they formed a little bit after Manfred Mann. It has the hit on there, Blinded by the Lights. I've always liked that song. So yeah, finally put this album up for a pittance. This one by the Mersey Beats. Went into my local record shop this week and they had this LP in there going for £15, and you know, I picked it up like a few days later down the market. So you know what the difference are, I don't know. It's still got its original inner sleeve, and it's not too bad. It was a bit scratched up. Admittedly, it is a bit scratched up, but they're like light scratches, so nothing too heavy. There's a lot of them on there. So nice thick record that. I mean, that is really thick. Wow. These old records, I don't know if I make them well. I tell you, they're so much thicker. It's got no sort of flimsiness about it at all. It's very, very stiff. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get it in the sleeve. There we go. Yeah, it's an old record. I mean, it's like, you know, made in the 60s, so it's years and years old. You know, a lot of these old records then after get battered about over the years. You know, if they don't get ruined or been played to death, you know, they can get ruined in other ways. You know, just storage alone. So yeah. Anyway, this had a few nice jazz pieces there. BBB, Ben and Barney, Benny Carter with Ben Webster and Barney Bigard, Shorty She-Rock, Dave Barber, Jimmy Rolls, Mel Lewis, and Leroy Vinegar. So yeah, I saw this and I thought, yeah, I'll go for that one as well. Why not? Could be good. Like a bit of jazz. And a bit of the Dave Clark 5 session 60s LP. So yeah, don't have too much on the Dave Clark 5, but yeah, I know he's very, very popular back in his day. So yeah, anyway, that was the second stall. The third stall I picked up this one. You're probably all familiar with this one. And Harry Nilsson, a little touch of Nilsson in the Night. Nice record to get, I think, this one. So very nice condition actually. There was another one which was I saw previously, which was really rough and tatty, going for like 25p, and I thought, no, you know, it's a bit rough for me. But this one was really nice. So I think this was like 50p. Yeah, it was from that lady who was selling them for 50p, which was good. This 45 12-inch Men Without Hats, The Safety Dance, classic track from the 80s. So yeah, plays really well, just giving it a spin. Sounds good. And I picked up a load of these 45s from her as well. Apache Mode. This one, Get the Balance Right. Put them on these sleeves today as I was going through them. This Maria McKee, Show Me Heaven, from the early 90s, I believe. Good song. I think it's another early 90s one, Jeff Lynne, Every Little Thing. So nice still to find that one. The Bangles, Eternal Flame. Do have a bit of a guilty pleasure for the Bangles. Duran Duran, A View to Kill, in the Bond kind of picture sleeve. I don't know why I got this. I do actually have a copy of this. Berlin, Take My Breath Away. Nice copy though. This U2 Desire is a bit rough, but I went for it. This Prefab Sprout, The King of Rock and Roll, great song. So yeah, got that on there. 7-inch. Mariah Carey, Love Takes Time. I like a bit of Mariah Carey, and yeah, I'll snap up any of the anything of hers. I tend to buy. The Cult, Rain, another one. So yeah, there you go. And finally, like the fourth stall, where you saw the Hall & Oates LP. Yeah, pick that up. Haven't got anything on Hall & Oates actually. So yeah, I bought this one. I think these were 50p each. The best of the Alan Parsons projects on the Direct Metal Mastering label. So yeah, there's a little extra quality there on that if you see that tag. So yeah, I got that one. Criss Cross, Warm It Up, single. Brian Ferry, The Ultimate Collection with Roxy Music. Pick this one up. I do have a copy of this already, but it's a bit crackly, so I'm hoping this one sounds better. But you know, bought from a market, you never really know. Could do with a clean, definitely. It's a bit mouldy, but hopefully after a clean it might be alright. Still got its original Woolworths price tag on there of $7.99. That's a good sign. You see price tags like that, I always consider that as a good sign. Generally means like the record wasn't mucked about with, you know, too much. The awards 1990. This compilation. It's got a few marks on there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a few scratches on there. I'm hoping the records are okay. But yeah, I went for this. Love 90s music. It's on the Telstar label. So yeah, packed full of tunes of 1990. This Enya single, Sail Away. Plays quite nicely actually, this one. And another Mariah Carey single, Make It Happen, 12-inch. And yeah, that is everything. Yeah, I was actually quite tired actually at the end of the market. I was looking through records, I was holding the camera, you know, sort of juggling all three. But yeah, it wore me out at the end, but it was worth it. It was a really, really good day today. There's a lot of records there, as you can see. So anyway, long video, I know, but you can always watch this in bits, you know, in bits and pieces, you know, whatever. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, everyone. See you again very soon. Bye for now.